Welcome back to Ralph's Garage. Last episode we were out doing some moderate tuning on the E36, and I discovered that the cheap Chinese knock sensors that I put in this when I built the motor, they're no good. They're causing problems. So I went and I got a set of the AC Delco genuine GM knock sensors, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull this intake manifold off and drop these knock sensors in. I also got a couple other goodies for the car. I got an AEM wideband. We're gonna be installing that. I got new gaskets for the intake manifold because I reused the ones that came used on it. So I'm just gonna throw the new gaskets on there. And I also got a little PCV valve jobber because I don't have one. I'm running my catch can is going directly from the valve covers. They get teed from here into the catch can, and then the catch can goes directly back into the intake manifold. So what I'm going to do is put this here, and basically it's got a little restriction in it. And I did a couple, like 2 or 3 wide open throttle pulls, and I got a significant amount of oil in the catch can, and I think that's because I don't have one of these little restrictor valves in line. So hopefully this will solve that problem and won't cause us any more grief. I did yesterday swap out the open 293 rear diff. I swapped that out for a 338 LSD from an M3. So that should be good to go. So this is why you don't use these cheap Chinese knock sensors. The way these work, there's an outer shell and there's an inner shell, and the inner shell has the little hex that you would grab with a socket. Well, the inner shell's just spinning inside of the outer shell, but the knock sensor part that screws into the block, which is missing, it's in the block, I'm gonna have to easy out it, was staying still. This, I tried taking a screwdriver and just punch it. It uses like these little crimps around the outside to hold it, and it was just spinning inside itself. So I tried putting more divots in it with a screwdriver and a hammer, but it just spun free. Then I was trying to drill holes right in the edge and then try and bend the outer layer inside the hole to give it more grab, but it just snapped off. So now I'm gonna have to drill the threaded portion. So this is an OEM GM one, and you can see it's got nice big strong crimps on it. This is that Amazon junk, and a lot of these crimps I put in myself with a screwdriver trying to get it out. And you can see I drilled a hole here, drilled a hole there, broke a drill bit off here, and then when I went to go take it off, it broke off the actual piece that screws into the block, which is there. So you can see the quality is definitely an issue. So make sure you spend a couple dollars more. Actually, it's a lot. These were like 20 bucks for a pair on Amazon, and there's a reason for that. These are way better, way better. So make sure that you get the genuine. It's assembled in Mexico because, you know, that's how American made is Mexican made now. But these are the good ones. So I'm going to drill that and pull it out, and then I'm having the same problem with one in the back. So I'll probably just snap that one off and do the same thing. Hopefully I can get this out no problem. Back to time lapse. Well, I got it out. I had to use a extractor. Drilled it out. If you don't have a set of easy outs in your garage, you should. So, there you go. I'm going to work on the second one now. Okay, this one I was able to get out in one piece. What I did is I took a pointy end punch, this guy right here, and I reinforced all of the little crimps that they put in there in China, and I was able to get it. I think I got pretty lucky. The other one snapped off here and I had to drill this out, but glad this came out in one piece. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the genuine GM ones in from AC Delco and move on to the next project. That took a while, but I got new knock sensors installed, new gaskets on the intake manifold. I got the little PCV installed right here. I also throw a little American flag on there because fucking America, and I feel like it looks like the lunar lander with the flag on it. Looks kind of cool. I replaced the heat sleeving on the fuel line and these brake lines because I got them soaked in brake line and it turned them like silver from the brakes and it looked like shit. You can see where it's silver here and then it turns in, or it's gold, and then it turns into silver where the brake fluid was, and it was just all looking really ratty. And on a fresh build like this, why have it look ratty? I also threw a hose clamp on the catch can, so that is now permanently installed. It's still easy. I just loosen this hose clamp and I can lift the whole thing up out of here. But now I'm gonna put the car on the ramps and get underneath of it and look at where I want to install the wideband. And we'll see if we can get the wideband welded in today. All right, guys, I pulled the Y pipe off. I figured I'm gonna install my oxygen sensor for the wideband right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill that and get a bung welded in. And I'll see you on the other side. I'm probably gonna time lapse that. Alright guys, it started pouring like crazy. And I got it welded. I'm not feeling so great, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to come out in the morning and finish installing this this wideband, but yeah, I'm not feeling so great, so I'm going to cut it off here. But this is what the bung's in. It's obviously it's not the prettiest thing, it's not the ugliest thing, but it'll get the job done. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I don't know what happened to me last night, but I was not feeling well, so I called it a night pretty early. Got my coffee, I'm feeling better. What I did yesterday, I got the wideband welded into the Y pipe here, and I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the Y pipe now, and then work on running the wire into the car and powering up the gauge and all that. So drink my coffee and I'll get started. Let me show you what I did here. Yeah, so I got my oxygen sensor here. It comes out, I put a little P-clamp here, hold the wires nice and tighty, and then it goes up through the shifter hole, comes out right here. I'm just gonna seal this hole back up, and then we'll be good to go. So anyway, back to work. I'm gonna seal that up, and I'm gonna put the center console kind of back together, and hopefully we can go for a ride. What's going on, guys? Yesterday drove around. I sent Rashawn a log, and he said that everything looks pretty good for an email tune. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. So I didn't record anything after we left, but I did put like 50 miles on the car, and I'm just going to check. I'm about to take it out again, but I'm just going to check the catch can and see what we got in there. I put that PCV valve in there, so I want to check how much oil I have in the catch can from 50 miles, because before I had like 2 tablespoons after like 50 miles. So we'll see. Actually, I might have drove more than that. Anyway, let's check it. Just going to loosen up the clamp, and then I'm going to get a rag. Okay, that's much better. I think that fixed the problem with the oil. There's not a significant amount here. That's it. It's pretty much nothing. No big deal. So I'm gonna get this reinstalled. Turn my wideband on so it can go through its heating cycle. Shit real quick. Let traffic pass. shit. Let's see how this goes. That was a good one. We are going to go back and check out, see if we left some marks on the ground back there. It's not bad for first burnout ever. The brakes are not good enough to hold the car still. I'm ordering a power bleeder to bleed the brakes. There are lines on the street. Right there.
Another one.
Definitely need stronger brakes for that. We made it back. Well, them tires are sticky. They sticky.